Hey, Tide fans, come on in. Let's huddle up and talk about the Mississippi State game. Jessica and I asked you to send in some questions, and you have, so we're going to get right to those now.
All right, Trace Cooper's asked, Mississippi State has traditionally been a trap game for Bama. Do you think tomorrow will be, considering State has struggled this season?
Trace, Mississippi State's only lost to good teams this season. I believe our coaching staff has our players ready to look for this game to be a tough one. We'll be ready to handle Mississippi State. We're not overlooking them.
All right, well, David Carroll's asked, do you think the team will use this game to prepare for Auburn, or will they relax a little?
David, this is something along the same lines. We don't look past Mississippi State to Chattanooga or Auburn or anybody else, whatever. You have a task at hand. That's what you prepare for, and you go out there and execute the best you can to beat that bunch across the line from you.
All right, well, Alan Hudson has asked, do you think the Tide will have a problem with Mississippi State's big quarterback?
Well, Dak Prescott is their leading scorer. He's a heck of a runner and a good passer, too, almost 60% completion. Now, he leads in yards, he leads in scoring. What does that mean to the offense? He has an extra blocker going for him. When you have an offense where the quarterback is the design runner as opposed to Alabama's own offense, you do have an extra blocker. There are 10 guys out there. So Alabama's going to face a different kind of animal this week in the offense of Mississippi State. But I think our defense, or I believe our defense, will be capable of keeping Mississippi State's offense at a minimum of production.
All right, Chad Cobb is wondering, do you think the O-line will continue its great play against State's D-line?
Our offensive line is, it's come a long way since that Virginia Tech game, first game of the season. We've gelled together, we've grown together collectively and individually have gotten better. The offensive line is the key to our offensive people doing a good job, getting a chance to do the good job. Yeah, I think our offensive line is going to be able to handle Mississippi State's defensive front.
Good. Deborah Bradshaw Baker, though, was talking about fan noise making such a difference and noted last week's game. But she's asked, how are we going to compete against the Cowbells?
Deborah, I heard our fans in Bryant-Denny Stadium against those Tigers last week, and we disrupted that offense of LSU. Those Cowbells, they cause a communication problem for your offense. AJ can't just be calling his plays left and right and giving a verbal snap count because of the noise. The players can't hear him. So all week long, the Tide's offense has been practicing on what we call a silent snap count. That's where the center is touched by one of the guards to let him know that we're all in position, and now it's up to you to snap it when you're ready. Okay? It's a little disconcerting for the offensive players because they're not hearing that go verbally. They have to catch the snap of the ball out of the peripheral of their eye. It's different, it's a little more uncomfortable, and we'll see how the Tide can deal with the noise.
All right, well, Rocky McGibney and Michelle Watley were a few of the people that asked and wanted to know what your opinion is on when to take out the starters from a game. Do you cover the spread or pull the players to rest?
Well, the spread doesn't come into play to the coaches of the football team. Believe me, they're just trying to win the game by whatever number of points they can put up there. But you do play a lot of people normally, even against a top-notch opponent, you're going to play close to 50 people, and there are only 22 starters, 11 on both sides. We need backups, or there's really more first stringers than we like to recognize, you see. We use a lot of players out of necessity to give our guys time to rest, to help our guys. Situations that come up, some of our players are better than others given a third down and long situation. So we'll use a lot of players. Now, if you get a lead, if you get in a kind of game that kind of dictates you can use your younger guys and give them more experience, you go ahead and do that. But we will normally play close to 50 guys.
All right, any final thoughts?
Well, yes, I believe our team is better than their team, and I believe we're going to win the game. But I'll be watching every minute with it along with Jessica, and we'll be on Twitter too. So
Say
follow
hello.
us on Twitter,
Yes.
and we'll keep up with you. And until it's game time, it's Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
All right, ready, break.